Hey boys, welcome back to some more Nrl Supercoach. It's going to be the round 12 pre-lockout discussion. I've had some time to ponder, to think. I've listened to a couple other podcasts and stuff like that. Just a little Supercoach discussion, but I gotta be honest, I'm not that much closer to being 100% with what I want to do. There's just there are so many options. Like, I've been flip-flopping. There was a point where I was like, fuck, maybe I do bring in Tom Trbojevic. And when I started thinking like that, I was getting into some dangerous territory. I think, I'm not going to lie, that was sort of the last thought I had, was maybe the boost, getting rid of Ponga, instead of bringing in another gun center wing option, which I could do you take the gamble on Trbojevic? I'm pretty sure I'm not going to. I think when I look at Tommy again, I think I'm not going to do it. But if you're gonna take the punt, now's the time. The biggest problem, though, if we look, so 550k for Turbo, the biggest problem is that he scored 18 points. He now has 120 break even. So I think that's going to be the defining factor here, because there was a part of me that was like, he's going to be so cheap if he just has a couple of good games. You could always trade him or trade someone else to Tedesco, obviously, in round 15. But the problem is, with that 120 break even, and with the injury concern, apparently from what I heard, it was like it was a quad cork that he copped a couple of knocks on. I don't know how much I believe that, because he's got heavy strapping on his knee as well. So I don't know what to believe with the Trbojevic injury. He does not look fit. He does not look 100%. They do have a couple of very good matchups. Para this week under strength, even the Broncos at Four Pines Park, the backup into Newcastle in round 14. It is nice, but honestly, the fact he's got 120 break even, the biggest concern is you bring him in and, like, is he really that? I don't think he's even, he could have a big game, but I really don't expect him. I mean, they're saying it's a 0% chance he hits it. That's pretty funny. They don't even give him a fucking sniff. But I also don't give him much of a chance of hitting 120. So he's going to lose money this week. And if he does cop another knock or he does pick up an injury, then all of a sudden he's going to be fucking cheaper. And then you're going to try to get him out of the team. So I'm not even going to look at it again. As much as it's tempting to just chuck a little fucking Hail Mary on Tommy, it's just not worth it. I think I'm pretty locked into Herbie. At the end of the day, Farnworth, he has been just scoring tries after tries, but there's a couple of big things here. One, Dolphins attack down his side like the majority of the time. He just sees so much more attacking footy on that right hand side, so he is just inevitably going to see more attacking chances, right? He's always going to have the base. He's never going to let you down. I think in I don't know how many tries he scored in this opening half of the rounds, but he didn't score that many tries. I don't think they've all come in the back half. I think he scored fucking 6 straight or something ridiculous, but he didn't score that many in the first rounds, and his lowest score was 55. So he's not going to let you down. He is going to see plenty of attacking footy. I think it just makes sense to bring him in. At the end of the day, as much as it feels bad to pay for him even more expensive than he was, he's a keeper till the end. He's always playable. They do have they got a good draw. The Doggie's very under strength. Hopefully he'll be running at Blake Taff. I hope he's at Blake Taff. Who's the other centre? Oh, it'd be Sherry, but oh no, he'll be up against Sherry. So actually, well, okay. Funnily enough, no, I still think you bring him in, but there is. The Dogs are under strength, but their left side is actually pretty unchanged. So they might all go. If the Dolphins are smart, they'll attack far more left side this game. It's got me thinking. Maybe you don't. Oh my god, dude. Now I'm double guessing that because he's got the bye in round 13. I will say most of the gun centre wingers have the bye. The guys that I'd want to bring in, either Herbie, Kale Iro, also very appealing. I mean, it's good though. They missed 13, but then 14, 15, 16, 17, miss 18, but that's okay. You probably just bring him in because again, okay, I don't get him this week. Again, his break-even 60, so even if he doesn't see that much footy or he doesn't score a try, he'll... no, wait, am I stupid? He's on the left side, isn't he? Yeah, he's the left, you damn idiot. That's where he's on the left. Am I going crazy? No, he's 100% on the left-hand side. I'm fucking in my head on vision. I'm remembering that try he fucking scored last game, and it was definitely on the left. I don't know why I forgot that, but no, okay, he's on. I'm sure people were fucking. They probably they might have already put a comment, or they were thinking about putting a comment like, "Shut the fuck up, he's on the left, you idiot." And fair enough. He's left side. For whatever reason, I thought he was more right. I feel like he used to be right, like in previous seasons, but no, he's definitely left. So that's even better. The Dogs' right hand edge is in tatters. So yes, Herbie, 100% in. That is very nice because it makes my decision very easy. Who else? Hosking in for Matty Nicholson. That is 100% locked and loaded. For Nrl Blake. Am I still going for Nrl Blake? So, if I want to get Tedesco, which I still... I see people... I've seen comments. I've seen people talk about Tedesco still being a must-have this week. I still don't know if I buy it. Like, I still don't think... If you've held out for this long, I don't think you need to get him in this week. But if I wanted to get Tedesco with what I'm doing now, I can't afford Ponga straight up, so I can't bring in for Nrl Blake. If I wanted to do this, I could still do it, and I could still bring in a decent guy that I was very keen on at the start. So if we go here, obviously we're not going Tarpany, Aaron Clark, Nrl Blake. They're all the similar price. Tarpany's even more expensive. But a guy that is 100k less, Lindsay Smith, averaging 63.5. His average has been down the last few rounds. But with Origin, with a bunch of players missing for Penrith, Lindsay Smith is... I've got to be honest, I'm actually warming to this more and more the more and more I think about it. I've been a big fan. I feel like Cleary has been doing some really weird shit with Lindsay Smith. Like, he played him off the bench for times and his minutes were down at certain games, which was very strange because... Like, let's be real, at the moment, like, him and Yo are like their two best forwards. I mean, Leota's still very good, but I feel like Lindsay Smith, he should be playing 60 minutes, but, you know, you got a 49er here. He might have got a head. I think he got a head knock that game. He was like pushing like 60 and scoring like 70s. I felt bad not getting him at the start. But then like Payne Haas, Terrell May, Horsburgh, they're all getting like 70. So I was like, oh, okay. Okay, we don't need Lindsay Smith. But then he started dipping a few minutes coming off the bench. But now with, I mean, the forwards they're missing, but the big one is Isaiah Yeo. I feel like Smith now is going to play a bigger role, bigger minutes. They play 13, which is very nice. So for Nrl Blake and Aaron Clark, well, actually, Aaron Clark, does Aaron Clark play? Okay, Aaron Clark does also play 13, but he misses the other couple of buys. What is Adam Nrl Blake doesn't play the 13, which is, again, it's not the B end, but you know, I will have a few decent players now on that 13 buy, so I've got to be a little careful. But if we do look at Smith, I don't think the only annoying thing, I don't think he covers the other major buys either. So 12, 13, 14, misses 15, 16, 17, misses 18, but he does play the mini. So it's he's actually the same. He is the same as, I think, or very similar to Aaron Clark. So Clark also misses 15 and 18, but plays the mini. So he's the exact same as Aaron Clark. I think it's the same as the Sharkies. So the Sharks play. They play 12, miss 13. They play 15, so they do play the second major bye, and then miss the third major bye. So they're very similar. They are very similar. I think the Raiders probably have. They're all pretty similar. The Raiders play 12, 13, but then miss 15. But then they play the third major bye and miss the mini. So it's all like fucking one or the other. Like, they're all similar. I gotta be honest, I'm sort of leaning towards Smith now. Like, I don't think he scored a try all season. He is a bit of a try thief. He's definitely not a Nrl Blake. He's not a Tarpany with the attacking stats, but he is a guy that does get the odd attacking stats. He hasn't really got any this year yet. So I gotta be honest, I'm pretty tempted for a guy that I think can average pretty similar over this time frame. He's not going to have the ton as often as Nrl Blake, obviously, but he won't have like the 40. And the thing that's got me a little not worried necessarily, but I guess slightly concerned with Nrl Blake is just the Sharkies. They do have a great schedule, but there's every chance. I mean, let's just go back to Nrl Blake's minutes / points. Let's just trade out. Well, didn't need to do that, but it's fine. Go back to Nrl Blake. Obviously played big minutes last week because of the injuries in the back line, right? They had to put Talakai out of the middle rotation. Also, Atkinson played big minutes. So they only had like 2 bench players for the whole game. But like the minutes have been lowish. He's played big minutes against better teams. I mean, pretty few minutes against Penrith, but then against the Doggies, he played 71, then like 55, 43, 43. Against the Tigers, he played 62, but I think, did they lose that game? I think they lost, or at least the Tigers were winning. Did they lose? I feel like they lost that game. Then 43, 50, and then obviously the 67. So I feel like, you know, against this Roosters pack, like, there's every chance the Sharks get a lead for Nrl Blake. Again, he's every chance to just barge over for a fucking try. So even if he plays 40 minutes, he could score a try and still get 80 plus. But I've got to be honest, I'm in my heart of hearts, I'm feeling Lindsay Smith. I am feeling Lindsay Smith. I'm going to have another look at sort of the Penrith side and their bench and stuff, but I feel like it all feels pretty good for Smith playing big minutes over this period. And also, I think he's a really solid, like, is he going to be a Tarpany for the rest of the season? I mean, Tarpany, I feel like he can be a Tarpany. It's just the fact Tarpany is getting so many attacking stats this year. Like, he is a guy, again, Tarpany can get the odd attacking stat, the offloading, but he has got an obscene amount of attacking stats this season. Like, line break assists, tries. Like, he has got way more than he has in previous seasons. So, again, does it dry up? Maybe not, but I feel like if it does, then Lindsay Smith is like a bargain Tarpany. And I would, it'd be nice if Smith could jag a few. The fact Mitch Kenny is a dummy half and doesn't really offer any fucking any real deception at a dummy half probably doesn't help Lindsay Smith in finding the try line. But I gotta be honest, I feel pretty good about it, and it's a good little draw. Like the Newcastle, their pack it's a bit weak. It can be okay, but I feel like it's a good game for Smith. Round 13, again, Parramatta's pack has been pretty shoddy this year. Tigers, up and down. Misses 15 again. They miss the 2 and 3rd major buys, but at that point, there is still the temptation. Obviously this week there's no thought about it, but depending what happens with Payne Haas in Origin and how he looks and if he backs up or not, you could always trade Payne Haas next week to Joe Tarpany, right? You could trade Payne. I think out of them, Payne Haas is probably the guy that could get traded. Just with the injuries, I mean, the Broncos are still going to need him, so I don't know. We'll see what happens and how he looks. He'll probably be fine, but there's always the I guess the option that if we needed to get in a Tarpany or somebody else, you could always trade out Payne Haas. I feel like Tino, the Titans buy coverage is pretty good for Titan Origin players, and Tino, I feel like, again, unless he gets injured, I think he'll back up and the Titans need him. He's looking fit this year. I think he'll be fine. So I've got to be honest, Lindsay Smith, it feels good. It's 100k less. Now, I'm going to lock... You know what? Fuck it. I'm going to lock it in. I am going to have... Well, I'm locking it in for now. I will have another look at just Penrith's forward pack. And also, I just want to check on, like the injuries to... like, what's happened with Garner. What's happened with, like, Azar Papali'i. I mean, Yo's going to be in Origin. Liam Martin's going to be in Origin. So there's going to be... Hopefully, Lindsay Smith will take more of a role on with those guys even backing up. Lindsay Smith should hopefully get more minutes, so I still feel pretty good about it. But I'll just have a quick look before I lock in the team before lockout. But at the moment, I feel really good about going Lindsay Smith. There's a bit of a... It's a pod. It's not so much like a pod that's going to score more than Tarpany or Nrl Blake, or even Aaron Clark for that matter. I think they can all score pretty similar. It's just the fact he's a pod for being 100k cheaper. Is that worth it? Personally, I think it is. I think it is. Yeah, there's going to be the odd week where, the other guys have shown they can go 100, but Lindsay Smith he's still averaging 63.5. Like, it's still really good. Really, really solid. So I feel like the points difference is pretty minute, and also the fact that hopefully he can bump that up over the Origin period. It could come back to bite me a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be like it's not going to be the be end all of like my Supercoach season going Lindsay Smith over like a Nrl Blake. I feel good about it. I feel good. I was keen on Smith at the start. It feels good to bring him in now. He's obviously gone up a little bit in money, but with a few of those bench, I don't know, maybe thinking about it, maybe Cleary was getting him off the bench a few less minutes in sort of the lead up to Origin. I mean, he's still playing like 56, 52. I just want it to be like 60, honestly. If you could just average like 60 over this period, I feel like it's pretty good. So, yeah, I feel good about it. Honestly, I feel good. Now, with that said and done, if we want, we now can just get into Desco. Which, it's good and bad. The good is that I can get into Desco. I can get in anybody with the money I've got in the bank. The bad part is now I can get into Desco and I can get in anybody. Now there's fucking more options. Originally, I was sort of like... sort of happy that I couldn't afford to Desco with the way I was doing things, because I was like, you know what? That's an even better reason. I don't think I need to get to Desco for these 2 rounds, but the fact I can get him, it's just, god damn it. If Drinkwater didn't get 14, I wouldn't be so scorned and like nervous about getting Tedesco in. I don't think Tedesco could possibly get 14. Obviously, unless he got injured. But if he plays 80 minutes, I don't think that he's possible to go 14, obviously. But I just... I feel like there's good opportunities to just take a little bit of a punt on somebody else. Because, again, it's going to be pretty easy to get in Tedesco. Like, Tedesco is not going to balloon. He's not going to get, like... well over $1 million, right? I've got plenty of money in the bank. The idea, I mean, we could bring in, I guess I do forget, you can bring in anybody. I could bring in fucking, I could bring in Tarpany, I guess. But I don't think so. I think No. I think I do prefer the upside of a center wing. So let us. And that's fine. Yeah, we will have him at flex, I guess. Well, I mean, let's just have a look at fullbacks for now. Let's have a look at fullbacks. See what we got. So obviously, yes, Tedesco we could bring in. I still feel like no. Any other fullbacks, I guess? I mean, Connor Tracy, no, I'm not really keen. Tolotau Cole is 608. That seems crazy. I mean, he's been pretty good. I feel like he hasn't scored that well, but I guess he has. Tommy Trbojevic, no. Not even gonna think about it. Lehigh Hopewate. Gotta be honest, I'm pretty keen on Hopewate. I do feel pretty keen on Hopewate. It is like, he is playing on the left, which is, it's definitely the worst side. Just because outside Luke Brooks, he just hits that fucking front man so often. But Hopewate is very good. He's been pretty rock solid. He's had a couple of duds, but other than that, like the 18 against Penrith, bit of an anomaly. 35 against the Raiders. Other than that, he's the lowest score, 46-52. Like, there's been a lot of 60s, 70s. He hasn't gone big, which I guess is a little bit of a concern. But the added benefit of a Lehigh that I like is they have a great bye schedule. Parramatta this week. Broncos in the backup. They play 12, 13, 14, 15. Missed 16, but that's fine. That's a standalone. No. That's the mini game. Don't forget that. So we do have to be a little careful. 16 might be a little tricky, just with the Manly boys on the bye. But then 17, 18, and then they miss 19. So they do have a great run coming up. It's good matchups as well. Like Parramatta this week, Gold Coast in the second bye is also good. Gold Coast is good. I mean, Gold Coast is missing a couple of big forwards with both Famor and Tino out. And the added thing about Lehigh is that if anything happens to Tom, like Lehigh, he's the fullback. Like they've shown now, obviously Kohler has played there in the past, Garrick a few years ago, but I think the latest guy, Lehigh, he has been the man to take over the fullback spot. Now, Tommy is not looking fit, but I mean, at the end of the day, if he keeps playing and if he plays well, he's every chance to get a sniff back into Origin 2. If that happens, Lehigh will play fullback. If Tommy goes down injured, Lehigh plays fullback. It's pretty good. And then if I bring in, I mean, let's just do it for now. So if we bring in Lehigh Hopewade, using the boost, it leaves us with, again, a really good amount of cash in the bank. Obviously, we did rip through the trades. We'll have 23 trades left. We used our last boost. We'll have 14 players for this week. And then Tedesco in round 15 should be pretty easy to get in, right? So we would end up doing like, it would probably be either Rob Toya or Thomas Jenkins. Trade one of them. Lehigh swings up to the center wing and then bring in Tedesco. Like, I feel like that'd be a pretty easy trade to make. Like, we shouldn't have to free up any more cash. Like, we have enough money now to do it. Lehigh is every chance to make money. He probably should over the next couple of weeks, unless he fucking shits the bed. Which could, yeah, it could happen. It could happen. Do they play at Four Pines in round 13? They do against the Bronx, which is nice. The Broncos, on their day, they can fucking turn it on. So, like, it could be good, it could be bad, but they do play at home, which is nice. And then, obviously, depleted Parramatta, it's a good matchup for Lehigh as well, not having to go up against, like, a Zach Lomax, which is nice. It's very nice not having to do that. But yeah, we could do that. Tedesco, I mean, fuck, mate, he could go ton, but he's not gonna. He's got 100 break even this week. He's not gonna. I mean, knock on wood, but unless he goes like 150, he's not gonna get like over $1 million. So we should be. Oh man, I just. This is one that's just gonna rue me all of Supercoach not going Teddy, but I think this is the way. Now, obviously, there is the case now, if I'm not going Teddy, I'm going Lehigh. I don't have to go Lindsay Smith. I could go Tarpany. I could go Fanua Blake. The more I look at it, I think I would go Tarpany, just because Tarpany plays round 13, which is handy. He also is less reliant on tries, just the way, like, I did say he's had a lot of attacking stats, but just the way he's playing this year, he looks like, you know, the offloading's continuing. He's going to get those line break assists, that sort of stuff. So I probably prefer Tarpany over Fanua Blake. He is 50k more, though. That is one thing. Mainly the round 13 bye. I'm still locked into Smith. I got to be honest, I'm still locked into Lindsay Smith. So that is where I'm sitting for now. I will say, this is tomorrow when I wake up, maybe I rethink and I change it. I'm not saying this is going to be 100% when I do, but I feel pretty good about it. The Herbie and the Hosking, they are locked in. I feel really good about Smith. I feel like Smith is locked in. The only one that could change is Lehigh. Maybe I'll wake up and I'm like, fuck, just get into Tedesco. Or I could go somebody else in centre wing. I don't know. Maybe. I'll have another quick look. But before we waste too much time, let us get the team sorted once again. So I think we're pretty good. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that feels good. Let's look at vice captains this week. A little tricky indeed. I feel like there's no real standouts. Obviously, you look at like a Teddy, but again, I keep saying, like, they're taking on a full-strength Sharks team. If I had Tedesco in the team, I don't think I'd be captaining him anyway. At the moment, I think Hines is my captain. I also don't love Nico as captain, but it's probably what I'm going to do. It's a big decision who you vice captain. So obviously Herbie Farnworth against that depleted Dogs team is very, very juicy. I'll switch this for now. I think Herbie, very juicy. Parramatta Manly. I mean, Lehigh Hopewadi, not a bad shout. I think he does. He hasn't shown he's got the ceiling yet, but he could score 3. Like, if it just takes that one game for him to get a double, get a triple. So Lehigh, also a good shout. Penrith, Newcastle. I mean, Fletcher Sharp at fullback is also very nice. I think it's at a Lehigh, Herbie, Fletcher Sharp. That is... I don't know. I mean, Penrith are very depleted. Newcastle attack has been fucking dreadful. It's gonna be interesting to see, like, without Ponga in the team now. I gotta be honest, I think Sharp is like a big reason their attack fucking sucks. Like, I keep saying it. I know they keep saying Sharp has played his junior footy in the halves. I don't think he makes a very good 5'8". He could in other teams. He definitely could in other teams that have like a very, very dominant ball playing halfback. But the Knights obviously don't. And Sharp does not really provide any sort of ball playing at all. He's very dangerous, but at the moment, it's like getting pushed to like Ponga to do stuff, but Ponga also isn't very comfortable doing that sort of second playmaker, first playmaker role. It just doesn't work. I feel like Sharp in the 5'8" spot just fucking, it sucks for the Knights attack, but him at fullback and then them having like 2 actual halves, their attack finally might click this week, and I know people are going to rip into Ponga being like, oh, Ponga's the fucking problem. It's Sharp. Sharp is the fucking problem. He's not good in that team at the moment at 5'8". Like, again, I got to reiterate, I think Sharp is a great player. Him personally, he's having a pretty good year, and he is a threat, but just that the way their halfback and him combining with Ponga, it just does not work. I don't know. I don't know. I think... I mean, Lehigh is very tempting. Just with... Manly... I mean, with no DCE... That obviously is a big loss though. I mean, maybe take the punt on Sharp. Maybe he's shown I mean, him playing a fullback, he's going to take a lot of carries. He will be there for the offloads. He'll be backing up. He's going to be everywhere. So I like Sharp. Herbie also very juicy, but like you just know the try. He can't keep scoring tries, and it's just one of those ones. You bring him in this week, he's going to fucking not score a try and get like 60 points. So I think I'm going to take the punt on Sharp, and I'll captain Nico Hines. You could like vice captain Herbie into captain Sharp. I think captain Sharp could be okay. Playing fullback, I think the work rate will be there regardless, but... yeah, I don't know. There's no one in the... yeah, I mean... you know, a really safe captain like a Horsburgh might not be the absolute worst, but... Yeah, no. I mean, they're not missing like any forwards really. I mean, Papali'i's still there, Tarpany's still there, so he's not gonna play necessarily any more minutes. Hosking could be an okay shout, but yeah, I think you got to take the upside this week, and hopefully the vice captain just kills it so we can take the free loop. So that is that. I feel pretty good. Now, before we move on, how are we looking for? We'll look at round 13, and then we'll also look at round 15, 18 quickly, because I feel like we don't have a stack of players. I feel like I've seen people talk like they got like 16 players for this round. I'm like, who are all these players people have? Like, I feel like they must have some duds, because there's not that many other guys that I'm like that keen to bring in. There's some good players, obviously, but there's not that many other must-haves. So I feel like for round 13, how are we looking? So we're only going to be missing Nico Hines and Herbie Farnworth. So that's fine. That's more than fine. Obviously, we're hoping that a Rob Toya backs up. Not necessarily to play him, but it would be nice for him to back up and make money, so we could sell him after next week, because we're holding him. Hopefully he backs up. I still think next week, which is why we also like having money in the bank, I might go Metcalf straight back to Cleary if Cleary backs up in round 13. I don't hate it. I don't hate that at all. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens in Origin. We'll see what happens if Cleary backs up, if that happens. But otherwise, I think we'll still be pretty good. Obviously, Payne Haas is a watch if he backs up, but we'll still have Lindsay Smith. Terrell May will be back. He'll be fit and raring to go. Obviously, no Origin. Olaquatu, Horsburgh, Hosking should be always sweet. Eli Katoa will be back. Tino, I'd expect to back up, but honestly, even if he doesn't, I think we'll still be pretty good. Ryan Pappenhausen, Drinkwater, they'll be back. I think round 13, we're looking very sweet. No issues. Even if all the Origin players don't back up, I think we'll be fine. We'll honestly be fine. Knock on wood again. But, I mean, it's sort of... I feel like it's going to be a good week. I actually sort of want a lot of players to not back up, to sort of screw other people over. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Round 15. So. How many numbers do we have at present? So. No Mamazoulis. Fucking... God, that injury really fucking screwed me with Mamazoulis. But 1, 2, 3. I'll count Hubner, because I think if I'm going to trade Hubner, I'm definitely going to bring in a guy that's going to play 15 and hopefully 18 if there's a decent option, but at least one. So I'll count him. I'll count him for now. 1, 2, 3... 4, 5. I guess we'll count 6. We'll count King Tonga. If he'll probably still be in the team, scoring like 20, but he's there. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we got 13 at the moment. I think the only guys that could be a worry is honestly Olaquatu. Could get a call up for game 2 depending on what happens. I don't think there's anyone else that again, unless injuries, but there's no one else like Origin that like would get affected, so that's fine. So 13 for round 13, round 15 I should say, so that's looking pretty good. I guess we'll look at 16. Who's on the bye? So Manly, Dragons, and another team that I don't have any players. Probably the Dogs, I want to say. So again, we're looking pretty good for that round. We do have quite a few Manly players, so that was obviously the one issue, but we're not going to have many Manly boys, and obviously the Doggies with no Kiraz. yeah, that's fine. So, yeah, that's looking okay. Round 18. So, we will have... Terrell May, like, honestly, I keep seeing people, like, so happy Terrell May's missed Origin for Supercoach, and I'm like, for one, why... It doesn't matter. Everybody fucking owns Terrell May, so it doesn't matter. But also, he doesn't cover the buys very well, so it doesn't matter either or. If we're being honest, but he does play the third major buy, so that's good. But it'd be funny if he gets picked in fucking game 3, but whatever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, again, maybe a little ambitious counting Hubner. Are we going to be able to get someone that plays both? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I miscount. I fucking lost count at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. King Tonga coming in clutch. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 for now, which is still good. We're probably... are we holding Billy Smith for the whole time? Honestly, probably yes. It was going to be interesting, like, obviously, if Toya... At the time, like, Toya, I didn't think was going to play Origin. So I was probably going to be trading out Smith and just keeping Toya, because they've been showing that they're going to Toya's side more often. But the fact Toya's now playing Origin, Billy Smith, I'd probably just keep him. He has such good Origin cover that you probably just hold him. He's not scoring that well, but again, he just has to jag some attack. So I think you probably just keep Billy Smith. Obviously, Toya in Origin, so he misses a bunch of footy. He will be sold. Hopewade, again, I mean, one guy, again, unless something happens, we should also have Tedesco in round 15, so he'll be another number for 15 and 18, because we're going to want to swing Lehigh up to centre wing, and, yeah, trade out Toya / Jenkins. Probably Toya first, I would say, just because of, like, missing so many games over Origin, but Tedesco will be in, he'll be an extra number. So honestly, for the other two buys, I think we're looking pretty good as well. But yeah, things change quickly, so I just wanted to have a quick squiz just to see that we're not, like, gonna be fucking screwed for one of the buys. But at the moment, it's looking pretty solid. But again, things change. Things can change very, very quickly. So yeah, we want to be... I mean, over this period, you're going to use trades. You're going to use a lot of trades. We were able to save a few. Not a lot, but we got 23 left. We're going to be using a bulk amount over Origin. But then hopefully... I mean, we're going to have a lot of money. We've already got, like, a lot of keepers. So, you know... Hopefully it's not going to be... We're not going to have to use that many trades to get a lot of players back in. And then we can, you know, just ride the next few rounds, hold some trades, and then hopefully use some trades in the back end to, you know, to pot up. But, yeah, there's a long way to go before we have to worry about that. So, at the moment, feeling pretty good. I feel pretty locked in to what I'm doing this week. I'm not in love with the vice captain options yet. That's probably the one thing that's really... It is throwing me off a little bit just because it's such a huge fucking factor in the major buys. Like, obviously the planning is important, but if you don't nail your vice captain or captain, then your round's gonna suck, because most people are going to get one of their two guys that score well. So that's the one thing that's got me a little bit concerned. I still think I'm not going to get Tedesco. It could come back to rue me. It could come back to bite me in the ass, but I think I'm just going to wait. I think I'm just going to wait and see, and, you know, get him in round 15. I think that's what we're going to do. I don't love it, but I think the fact that the only way I'm going to be really, like, torn up over it. If he goes like ton in the next 2 weeks, I'm gonna feel pretty bad. But hopefully this week, I really hope he, scores like 60, 70 again. Still good, but that would be nice. Like, just a 60, 70 would go hard. It would go hard this week. I don't want to be too greedy and want like a 40. I mean, I'd take it, but we'll see. Really hope the Sharks fucking put one on the Roosters in this one. But that's what I'm leaning towards. Again, like I said, I'll sleep on it. I could change my mind, but at the moment, I'm feeling pretty good about it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure to like and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.